All right. Hello. Gonna continue gameplay here of The Last Faith. Let me go back here. Trying to think if we should try this boss or not. Guess we could just try it, see what happens. You know what? I wonder. I had that electricity field on. I wonder if that would be a better uh, item to have on, because the gun didn't really come in handy too much. Get annihilated. Yeah, dude, there's no coming back. I'm dead. Golly, dude, I can't focus on anything. God darn it! What is that? Okay, I need to roll better. So when she hits the middle, roll again. Yeah. Okay, so when she jumps to the middle, I need to roll because she's gonna throw the fireball immediately. Okay, what do we have for other? This is no good.
thou shalt become the very beast he fought so hard to protect.
Fuck.
Only retribution awaits you.
God darn it, dude. I can't focus on anything. Okay, I thought I did. Did I not select the gun? How do I take that off? I don't have. Oh, nice. Nice! Now I have electricity to dodge out of the ground. Oh my god, we're getting somewhere at least. Dude, are you kidding? Oh my word, dude. Okay, we're getting somewhere anyways. Okay, I mean we're getting somewhere. We're at least getting somewhere. Kind of sucks because my defense against electricity is it's just not very good. Let me see what it is. That's what's so now my fire defense we built that up, but now the defense against electricity is just not good. So we're gonna have to go back and fix it. We'll get them. We will get them. Why I can't jump up there? Oh, why does he keep going backward? I can't hit him. Come on, dude. Look at that. I can't make that jump now for some reason. Sometimes these ledges are kind of a pain in the butt, right? If I remember right, my electric defense was probably the worst. Yeah, see, 65. Okay, so which one is it instinct? Yeah. Okay, so our fire is decent. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Why do my weapons keep going to come on, grab the ledge, would you? Where'd this guy go? Oh, he jumped down. I like my jump down. Let's try that combustion powder. You don't want that. Let's try this thing on these enemies give you like 750. So let's see what we get if we use that. First. Okay, 200 more. It's pretty good. So yeah, when you're playing this, make sure you notate spots that are good for grinding. Okay, so we'll put this on now. We got about an extra 1,000 from there. Oh, come on. Oh, hey, that was coming. Oh, come on, dude. I hit jump. I just hit it a hair too late. So that electricity guy, he annihilated me right now. And I don't really know his pattern all that well. So I was pretty much just focusing on the other character's pattern. So if you're close enough to that guy, the spear won't even hit you. So we're at 82. Man alive. Okay, so what happens if I buy all this guy's stuff? Does he restock? So he's got infinite of those. He's only got 3 of these. Adds electricity to weapons. See, I wish it told you like what this is good against. Like it doesn't tell you that unless I like don't see it. Maybe that is okay. That ain't right. I don't know. I don't understand it. So that tells you where its strengths are, right? So it's in strength and instinct. So if those are up, then that goes up. Um, but yeah, it doesn't tell you like what is this good against. I wish it told you that. I guess you just got to figure it out. I mean, maybe it's just common sense, right? So like electricity would be good against like I don't I don't think it maybe it'd be water enemies. I don't know. The ice enemies. I have no idea. And then this is just good against everything, but now I can't get any more of those moon silver stones. That is like the hardest jump in the game. This area is pretty good. It's I mean, once you get the right weapons, this area is pretty good. When I first got to this area, it was a pain in the butt. mostly because of the dogs. Dogs do massive damage to you. Yeah, if I could start this over again, I think I would have made my stats more even. I think I would have been. This would have went a little bit better. But I was under the assumption that strength was what made my attack better. I didn't realize that the importance of all the stats, I guess. I mean, it's not a bad thing that I made my strength that high, but I mean, I've never played this before, so it's like you're gonna have moments of not knowing what's going on, which is part of the fun of playing the game, so. But yeah, I think I would have leveled up my stats more evenly. Because I started making the strength the best, and then I went to the vitality, and then I realized, oh, the other ones are very important as well. See, grabbing the ledges is weird sometimes. Okay, I didn't realize that you can utilize that roll to jump higher, dude. I think I might need to try that. Okay, yeah, we need to utilize that. The only problem is I don't know how much further it makes you jump. I don't think it's much, but it might work for those spots where I'm having trouble. Alright, we're getting there, slowly but surely. We're getting there. Let's try one of these other ones. I have 2 of them. Seems like it lasts longer too. Oh yeah, that lasted longer and made a hell of a difference. I wonder if I can buy that somewhere. Oh, dude, he's never hit me there before. Okay, he's starting to hit me there. Okay, let's... It's not that much further. Yeah, this game is really good. I mean, it does have its faults, but they're not that much. Um, and the grinding is not that bad. You just have to look around for good spots for it. I was having problems before, but then I found some good spots to grind here. Um, it's just the nature of the beast. You have to grind on this unless you're some kind of professional, but I am not that. And then once you understand the game, the concepts of the game, it's not too bad. I wasn't understanding them. I can't remember what stream it was, but I was getting frustrated. Um, but then I started finding where I was supposed to go, and it got much better. But that's the nature of the beast with the Metroidvania games. You're going to get stuck. And I'm trying not to use any type of a walkthrough at all. Unless I absolutely get stuck. But so far I've been able to figure it out. So the game does a pretty good job of not really holding your hand, but then kind of holding your hand just enough to let you figure it out. I couldn't believe I'd never heard of this game. I found this game when I was playing Blasphemous, and I think I looked something up about Blasphemous, and then I saw this game. I was like, oh man, I checked that game out, and I'm glad I did. God darn it, why can't we be to 100? So I need 15. I would like to get that to 100. And then I don't know, I should probably maybe just level up the shotgun. Just at least like one more. I don't know if it's going to come in handy on that boss or not. I mean, I wouldn't see why it wouldn't. It turns out I was already there. Yeah, so I'm kind of I like to have the physical games when I can. So I did spend the money on the physical copy of this. It was a little bit pricey, and there were some bad reviews on this for the Switch. Um, I haven't really. There's a few spots where it kind of chugs a little bit, but for the most part, it's pretty good. So I don't know why. Sometimes I think some of those complaints are just, I don't know, people complaining just to complain, but it's really not that bad. Maybe it was maybe it was patched or something. I don't know, but it's I have no complaints. See there, it kind of chugged a little bit. It only does it when there's like a lot of enemies on the screen. So I don't know. I'm used to old NES games that have like tons of slowdown, so a little bit of a slowdown does not bother me at all. But yeah, good thing about getting this game, and you like these types of games, I would definitely get it. So I think this game also has like a parry system, but I haven't been using it. I think it's that. Maybe I should try to use it. Let's see if I can use it. Yeah, I don't know. It did play. It gave a small like blip of use this to parry or something. I'm not sure the exact wording it said, but I've just been using the shit out of this roll. And it's been working for me for the most part. Jumped right in that guy's attack. Yeah, most of the time, I don't know, I end up like having to work overtime or something, you know, and then that gives me kind of an excuse to go ahead and, you know, buy it, but I don't really buy many new games. I have, I'm trying to think. So this is probably the latest new game. This and Blasphemous 2. Oh, come on. Screw that up. So yeah, the two newest games that I bought are this and Blasphemous 2. And there's a few newer games that are like only digital. The YouTube shorts, most of them are recent. Some of them are old, but they're only like, I'm trying to think here, because I'm really behind in editing my videos. So I think there's a select few that are maybe from 2024, but not too many. I just have a huge backlog of video editing to do. Because I try to video most of my workouts just for, you know, I don't know. I just got into a habit of videoing my workouts, and I just kept doing it. And the editing part is the hardest part for me, anyways, because I gotta have at least to fully edit a video, like one video, depending on how much volume I did in the workout. It can take me up to like an hour. So it's kind of a pain to edit them sometimes. And I got to put together like when I first started out doing it, I didn't put any commentary in it. Like I didn't explain anything. And I was like, you know what? I should probably explain what I'm doing and like, you know, whatever, or try to, anyways. Some of the things I do can't really be explained, but no, it can just take a little bit of time. And I don't, when I explain the videos, I don't plan that. I try to just do it on a whim. And the reason I do that is most of my workouts are kind of on a whim. So I figure, you know what, might as well try to explain them on a whim as well. So thank you, I appreciate it. I'm trying to be more consistent with my legs. My legs have gotten really weak. Far from my powerlifting days. Those days are long gone. But I'm trying to get it back. At least to a respectable level. Hello, Prime. How's it going? Yeah, I think I would like to get my squat back up to like 405. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but and I would like my deadlift to get to 5. Okay, where are we at here? Are we over 100? Okay, so I think if I get the fire and the electric kind of similar, let me see if does this lady, she probably only sells the basic powder, that hunger powder or whatever. Yeah, see, she only, why doesn't she sell the better stuff? That kind of sucks. I would like to get my bench back up to like 315. I don't know if that'll happen though, because I bench in a weird way now. I've explained it a little bit in my videos, but I think 225 though would be my last workout. I hit I did 194 for 2 reps, so I think I could probably at least get 205. I would like to probably get to 225. I think that would be decent, and I think I should like that. That should be a standard for me. So I think 405 squat, 500 dead, and at least 225 bench, at least. And I think I'd be decently happy with those numbers. Okay, let's put, there we go, that on. Problem is though with lifting, once you start chasing numbers, like you never stop. Like you're never happy. And then it really gets really bad when you start chasing other people's numbers. So I suggest never doing it. When you lift, just keep it between yourself. That's what I always tried to do when I was powerlifting. I tried to never compare myself to other people because you start just getting a bad attitude when you do that. Like I like doing competitions, but for me it was always just me against myself. But I'm kind of a weird guy, so thought I killed that guy. Of course, we jumped right in there. See, this jump right here, I'm telling you, is like the hardest jump in the game. There we go, just get rid of him. Definitely a moving goalpost, that's for sure. Like once you start chasing the numbers, it's never ending. You just never stop. So unless, and you can kind of become addicted to it, I think. I'm trying to think what stopped me. So for me, my powerlifting coach ended up passing away, and he was a very interesting man, and he was just a very likable guy. For some people didn't like him. I liked him, and I kind of thought he was he kept the team together. So when he ended up passing on, I think that all fell apart. Yeah, the sleeves help a lot. Well, okay, not the sleeves. So I use elbow wraps. I might check out those sleeves you're talking about. See, because the only problem I have with the elbow wraps is they really cut off the circulation. But I'm used to like knee wraps, so it's not that bad. Switch. See those dogs, dude? Those dogs, if you get attacked by those dogs, they can kick your butt. But yeah, for me, I just kind of quit powerlifting because the team, in my opinion, kind of disintegrated once he passed on. So, and I myself kind of wanted to be a powerlifting coach, and he had let me coach a couple of the people, and I mean, as you can see from my videos and stuff, I'm not a big guy, and I'm not the strongest guy, but I followed what he had taught us, and it worked. So a lot of the people, you know, since I don't look the best and I'm not the strongest, the absolute strongest, You know, they were kind of like, "What do you know? Get the hell out of here." But the funny part was the strongest guys, and he had taught me this. He said, just because you're strong doesn't mean you know what the hell you're doing. And a lot of those guys, it was proof because they're no longer powerlifting now. Uh, because the knowledge that he passed on, they didn't remember it, you know. And I started noticing that because they weren't doing the same movements that he had some movements that worked, like they made you strong as hell. And for some reason, a lot of those guys they quit doing it. I don't know if it was because they just didn't like them or what, but like even if you didn't like those movements, if they make you strong as hell, like why would you quit doing it? And we did use the bench shirts and the squat suits, so a lot of this was specifically for those items. Um, I'm not for sure if it would work as well for raw lifting. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I would trust those though. They might like rip during the set, but I guess the weight would just fall down. If you have the safety set, you'd be okay, I guess. But okay, I went to the wrong area. God darn it. No, so I was going through a span of time here where I did order. I got some squat briefs and a deadlift suit because I'd wanted to maybe try like one more powerlifting meet, you know, because I thought, you know, what the hell do I have to lose, you know? Because when I got sick, I was like, you know what, this could be the last time I'm ever gonna do anything. And but now it's like I don't know if I want to use those. And it's just kind of a personal thing because I think when you use those, you lose certain parts of your like raw strength. And when you're competing in the gear, the suits, like you don't really have time to also train your raw strength. So you have to accept that your raw strength is going to go down. Um, and that sucks because a lot of the people treat you like shit. They're like, "Oh, you're strong. Oh, you can squat 1,000 in a squat suit. What do you do raw?" You know, that's everybody's. What do you? Oh, what do you do without the suit? You know, they always say that, and it's like, well, I don't compete without the suit, so why does it matter? You know, and I've seen guys that bench like 500 raw, and then they can't bench 600 with a bench shirt. You know, so it's like it's just one of those weird things. It's just a different type of it's a different type of training and it's a different type of strength. Let me get through this area here and I'll read your comment. Just gotta make sure I get all the use up this potion that I have. Okay, that's it. For the bench, we did a lot of board presses because we were in the bench shirts. So we did a lot of board presses where, you know, we'd start off with a three board further out And then kind of depending on your arm length, he would also throw in like a 4 board if you had really super long arms. Uh, but a lot of us didn't really have super long arms. And then you would lower the board as the competition got closer. And then they had like half boards. They had all sorts of stuff. But he had a scheme figured out where, he would do this. So you didn't touch in your bench shirt until closer to the meet. So it was kind of nerve wracking because if you were bad at touching, uh, like it would be really nerve wracking. So once you got to the meet, we had guys, you'd bomb out because they couldn't touch. Um, and then we'd use reverse bands. On Thursdays, we did reverse band presses, and we all had kind of a loose fitting bench shirt. So it wasn't like it wasn't your same bench shirt that you used on your competition. You'd have this looser fitting bench shirt, and yeah, we do these. I think they were like 4 board, and it also depended on your arm length. You do like a 4 board or a 3 board reverse band benches. And I remember there was one time where I did a 900-pound reverse band bench, and I thought my head was going to blow up. Yeah, those reverse bands, they were scary. And you also had to set up the bands because you wanted most of the tension at the top. Or no, not at the top. You wanted the least tension at the top, so you felt the more of the weight because you wanted that like lockout power. So at the bottom was more of the tension was at in the band, so it would help you out of the bottom. But yeah, we did a lot of those reverse band presses. That was like our whole tricep day was just reverse band presses. And I can't remember. I think we did them with a slightly narrower grip. It wasn't much. It was like 1 finger off. But yeah, that was insane. I remember the first time doing those thinking like, what the heck is this? Like the pressure that you feel from not only the bench shirt, but from the reverse band, like just that much weight being piled on your joints is just insane. Like I always find it funny when people think, oh, do you just throw on this bench shirt, you add 400 pounds to your bench. And it's like, no, it doesn't work that way. Because most people I would see, because we would get some people sometimes that would like, oh, I want to try out powerlifting. And they throw the equipment on, and they'd be like, oh, screw this, I'm done. Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, because you got all these naysayers. I will say though, I'm seeing a lot of high squats being passed in the multiply federations. There are a lot of high squats being passed here recently. I don't know why that is. Um, I mean, when I competed, there were a few that got passed, but most of the time they were just torn apart, and then they ended up getting reversed. There was a few world records that I think they ended up reversing them. But for the most part, most of the meets that I was at, you had to get to at least parallel. Like they didn't really pass super high squats. No, see, I got a lot of comments like that. Like people would come up to me and like, "Oh, you don't look that strong. How are you that strong?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know. Is that a comment or is that yeah, I don't." And now, I mean, now I'm not strong at all, but back in the day, I was decently strong. Yeah, the suits and the shirts, man, they are insane. They are just a whole another level of just insanity. And I think it's more like your central nervous system and your bones and your ligaments, tendons and ligaments. But a lot of those are covered up with the wraps. But I'll be right back. I think we're to a good point where I think we should be able to maybe try see if we can't beat these characters yet. I didn't even see what their names were. They didn't even give me a chance to really look at that. It's like, oh, here you are getting your crap kicked out of you, dude. Yeah, we also did a lot of reverse band squats. We did those after our squat routine. But I remember going in on Saturdays. Saturday was squat day, and we would be in there for 4 to 5 hours. So you had all your squat training, and then you would do your assistance work. And a lot of guys, the guys that didn't make great, like so most of the team made great gains, but there was a select few that didn't, and most of them would dip out early. They wouldn't do all their assistance training, and he had all the movements set out for everybody. And I mean, some people would do different movements depending on where they were having problems. Uh, I think one of the movements that I had used was wide stance leg press. So I think the leg press gets kind of a bad rap because people want to treat the leg press like it's a squat, like that you have to go to like some kind of a parallel point to get anything from a leg press. And it's like, no, a leg press is just move some heavy ass weight. That's what a leg press is for. And that's all it's for. It's an assistance movement. And I'm trying to think what else. We did do some good mornings. Um, we didn't stay with those too much though, but you would do the good mornings in your squat briefs. I think he had me doing those to start out, so I didn't do those later on when I'd been lifting for a while. And then the deadlift, we used the reverse hyper. You just load the shit out of the reverse hyper and just swing. That and like weighted ab work. I think for deadlift, oh, the reverse hyper was great. And then I think we were just doing a little bit of those glute ham developers, and then some weighted ab work. Those were really efficient in helping your deadlift. Okay, so those are equal now. Okay, hold up here. Let me see. I forgot. What do we have for potions? Okay, I only have one of these. That's not gonna work. Okay, I didn't check that. The only problem is once those get ate up, I think those don't come back. Only get 10 of them. Okay, I'm not gonna do that because yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I guess if we have to, we'll just have to level up more. I don't want to have to do that, but it's the nature of the beast. Okay, am I going? Yep, going right. Okay, everything I should need.
Embrace thyself. Touch thyself.
Son of a bitch, we're doing bad already. Yeah, dude, this. Yeah, we're doing bad this go around. Got him. Double jump? Yes. What made you quit deadlifts? If you don't mind me asking. I quit doing like the normal deadlift because I was doing axle bar deadlift for grip competitions. Um, but then I realized in my area there's like no grip competitions. The last grip competition I did was in Ohio, which was like a million miles away. All right, heck yeah. So we got propulsion. Let's try this out. See if we can fall down this hole. Oh, dude, it's still very close. I don't like it. Hey, what the hell's that door down there? How do we get to that door? So if I were you, if you can, just try not to worry about the weight you're using. Just do them just to do them. they are very beneficial to. Oh my god. I'm not gonna do that. We're just gonna go back and spend our money before I fall down that hole. Can I just go this way? I would just do them just for like conditioning purposes. Um, and the reason I say that is because if you think about your daily life, you spend a lot of time picking stuff up like that. So like it would benefit you to have like a just a strong back, especially as you age. So I mean, you can even do like a rack pull. You know, maybe that will help take some strain out of like the bottom of the lift. So if you're doing them just to condition, you could do them on back day. That's what I typically do. I just put them with like pull-ups, rows. But yeah, my deadlift has gotten my normal deadlift's gotten really weak. I think last time I pulled, I did 305. I think I did 2 reps. I think. And then this last training session, I did some rack pulls because I thought that'd be a good idea to change it up. And then what I've also decided to start doing is track my sets where I use my belt and don't use my belt because I think it's important to. For me, the strength is very noticeable. Like when I put a belt on, like I can get a lot out of a belt. I don't know why that is, but it's just always been a thing for me. Some people it doesn't make much of a difference, but the handles are too. Well, I mean, it's not a big deal. Like if you're not competing, those handles being high like that, I wouldn't worry about it. Um, okay, what was I doing? I'm losing track of what I'm doing. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Um, I mean, unless you want to. I would just kind of test it where the handles are at now and see how your back feels. Yeah, because if you're not competing, there's really no reason to do things super strictly, you know? Okay, so now there are some areas where okay, so now our weakest stat is this instinct. Or no, this one, mind. So bring that up a little bit. And then we'll find these areas where you couldn't get. A lot of people say the trap bar is safer, but for me it wasn't. Because I could pull way more on a trap bar, and I could also like arch my back way too much. Because this was when I was a kid, when I first started lifting. They had a trap bar at the high school I went to, and I think I deadlifted like 570 on a trap bar, and like my back was super rounded. Like I'm lucky I didn't hurt my back because the trap bar allows you to do that. Like if you try to do that on a normal deadlift, the position you're in, it won't let you like lock it out. But on a trap bar, there's no bar like hitting you. So you can like just arch your back through the whole movement. So to me, it's like I think a trap bar is safer on lighter weights, yeah. Or like just teaching technique in general. But I don't think it's any safer than a regular deadlift. Okay, where do we want to go first? So there's some areas where there's pits. I think okay, that area right down there. What is the quickest way to get there? Some of those do. I don't know why they make them that way. There's some of them too where you can flip them over. So if you don't want to use the high handle, you can use the short handle. But yeah, I see what you're saying. So it's just so high up. It's almost like you're doing a rack lockout, like a 1-inch rack lockout. The craziest thing I ever did was I did a 1,000-pound rack lockout, and I thought my arms were going to rip off. That hurt really bad. I only moved the bar like an inch, but it hurt really bad. I stretched my arms out too. Like a lot of people talk crap about partial movements, but I don't think they understand the strain that they actually put on your body. It's not like it's a super easy thing. Yep, always take it slow. 100%. Yeah, the worst thing you want to do is injure your back. Because sometimes that don't go away. And you're stuck with a back injury the rest of your life. Oh, dude, I don't like this. Okay, wasn't so bad. It's just so... What is that? Yeah, like I say though, if I were you, I would just do them for like conditioning. Okay, I wish I knew what was down there. Okay. See, I have scoliosis, so my back's already like all crooked and shit. So, yeah, this last deadlift routine, I think well, I don't know. It's probably just it's a combination of like walking, like a lot of walking and just lifting. But yeah, my back, it feels better today, but every once in a while, like I'll pinch a nerve. Oh gosh, okay, I didn't mean to do that. Let's check this out first. Okay, so that like lights you on fire, so you gotta get rid of it. Dude, I even knew. I was like, that's gonna be there. And it sure as hell was. They just get the fuck out of it. With the analog stick, the guy doesn't turn around all the time. It's kind of annoying. See, we would have been getting our butt kicked in here if I wouldn't have increased my burn defense. Okay, so we got one of the things. Okay, let's go back the other way. Yeah, I want to go back this way. Alright, I think we're making great progress here, but I have to get going. Gosh darn it. We got a lot done. Had to do a little bit of grinding, but we got a lot done, I think. All right. I should be back tonight, and then we'll continue with this. Like I say, I've not watched any videos on this, so I have no, well, besides reviews, but they didn't really show anything that I haven't seen. Um, so I have no clue how much more we have left. This appears to be a very long game, so, and I'm not mad about it at all. But at some point, if it gets to be too long, I might play something else just for fun, because I like to play mini games. I did want to try to attempt a speed run of Smurfs on the ColecoVision, but I'm not for sure if I'll do that or not. It's kind of an aggravating game because up is jump and it doesn't always work correctly, but it's a fairly easy game, so I think it'd be one that would be fun to try to speed run. Oh yeah, that's terrible, dude. Yeah. Anytime you hear any popping or anything in your back, that's not good. So yeah, definitely take it slow, dude. But yeah, on that note, I'll be back tonight, and yeah, we'll continue this game. Hopefully, we can defeat a couple more bosses. Maybe I don't know. I'm not gonna hold my breath because these bosses seem to be very grind heavy, which is fine. But now that I understand the way it works, that's helping quite a bit. So, and we got a couple good grind spots, so there's that too. So, take care.